I guess Ozempic can cause bone density loss, and I didn't think that that would happen to me because I was only on it for a year.
So one thing that's been trending a lot recently has been a medication called Ozempic. Millions of people have hopped on the drug in the past couple of years, and it was originally developed to treat diabetes, but I guess it strayed from its original purpose, and many people, if not most people hopping on Ozempic now, don't have diabetes but are rather overweight and are trying to lose that weight. And this is another thing that Ozempic was discovered to help with. It's basically almost like a cheat code medication that helps your stomach feel full, which could obviously be really beneficial to overweight people, obese people, leading to extremely fast weight loss. But when I first heard about this, I couldn't help but think that there's got to be a bit of a trade-off here, a catch. You know, I'm hearing about tons of people hopping on a drug to lose weight, and I feel like there's got to be more going on here. And it turns out I was right. And there is. And today we're going to be taking a look at some of the effects of this miracle weight loss medication that's been having on people. Effects that I don't think have registered for the millions just blindly hopping on this drug to lose weight. But without further ado, let's take a look.
I just left the doctor's office. I went to get a checkup because I've been off of Ozempic for 2 months now, and I just wanted to see if my body was in better condition, if there were any permanent damages. Kind of in shock right now because I wasn't expecting this, but I guess Ozempic can cause bone density loss, and I didn't think that that would happen to me because I was only on it for a year. But I have significant bone loss. I have osteoporosis and osteopenia, so that I don't know, there's like several of them that I have. I wasn't expecting that, but that's what happens if you use Ozempic for weight loss and you lose too much weight.
What's crazy is loss of bone density isn't even listed as one of the most common side effects of Ozempic, and it says here that scientists are still learning about this effect. Reality is a lot of the long-term effects are probably unknown at the moment, and I mean, you seriously do gotta wonder what's going on in your body after ingesting this medication daily and losing weight quickly. Like, it can be good. Sure, you might be losing weight, but you also might be replacing that weight issue with a bunch of other issues. Personally, I guess I'm pretty lucky that I've always been skinny and have a fast metabolism, but I've known some people that have went on some weight loss journeys, and it's a slow, gradual, difficult process. One that involves, eating healthier, improving your diet, improving your lifestyle, exercising regularly, and not just ingesting some medication and letting it do all the work for you. Now, don't get me wrong, there's probably some work the average person on Ozempic has to do. I'm sure there's some exercises and diet improvements, but the medication is doing a lot of the heavy lifting for the most part. And it's got to be completely on the person, in my opinion. This super fast weight loss through this medication is, obviously very unnatural, and your body will react to that. If something is that easy, there's always got to be some kind of catch. And that applies to everything.
Can Ozempic make people go blind? We talk about the good, we also have to talk about the bad. The European Medicines Agency recently conducted a review, and their conclusion after looking at all the literature was that semaglutide, which is the active ingredient in both Ozempic and Wegovy, does have a small risk of NAION. 1 in 10,000 people could get this. NAION stands for non-arteritic anterior ischemic optic neuropathy. It is a rare but serious cause of permanent blindness. Essentially, it's a stroke to the optic nerve causing sudden, painless, permanent blindness, usually in one eye. Up to 1 out of 10,000 people taking semaglutide may be affected. The European Medicines Agency is recommending that the product information be updated to include this risk of NAION. We'll see if the FDA follows suit. Let me know in the comments, do you know anybody that this has happened to? In conclusion, this is a very rare side effect, but obviously incredibly devastating to the people who are affected. And so if you have concerns about it, please discuss with your doctor.
I mean, holy shit. See, this is something that would scare me the hell away from any medication. Being blind or getting some vision loss could be even worse than being overweight. But yeah, changes in vision is actually listed as one of the most common side effects of Ozempic. And interestingly, there's actually quite a few comments I noticed on this video from people who experienced this. It happened to me, it's been devastating. Yes, my vision was 20/20, now so blurry. There's a girl I work with who stopped taking it because she went blind in one eye. I'm terrified. It affects my loss of vision. I stopped it. Like, is it really worth losing weight easily if your vision is gonna be at stake? I don't know. Why not improve your diet? Go to the gym. Do it the healthy, natural, legitimate way, right? And if you were wondering, vision loss isn't the only common side effect. Some of the other side effects are pancreatitis, hypoglycemia, kidney failure, and even thyroid cancer. These are all potential side effects, obviously. They're not going to happen for sure, but the only people you could argue that maybe could benefit from Ozempic are the morbidly obese individuals. Anyone who is hundreds upon hundreds of pounds, because in that case, the risks and potential side effects might even be worth it compared to being morbidly obese. But the thing is, most people taking Ozempic aren't, weighing hundreds upon hundreds of pounds. They're not morbidly obese, but rather a little overweight. Yeah, this is another phenomenon of this medication, and it's called Ozempic face, which is basically this sunken in, sickly, unhealthy looking face that's the direct result of Ozempic use and improper dieting while on the medication. Which something tells me 90% of people blindly hopping onto this trendy medication for weight loss instead of working out aren't exactly experts in diets. And again, everything comes at a trade-off. If you're taking the, quick, easy path of least resistance to lose a bunch of weight, there will be a catch, which is kind of ironic considering everyone who wants to lose weight wants to be healthier, sure, but mainly look better. And this is not exactly looking that great. Even just searching Ozempic face on Google, it looks like people are now doing cosmetic surgery to fix their face after Ozempic, causing a cosmetic surgery boom.
Viral videos where everyone wants to be on this stuff because they think there will be a class action lawsuit one day and they want to be around for the payout because it'll be better than any retirement savings they've come up with. I'm an award-winning nutritionist and I'm going to teach you why this stuff earned itself that reputation. In order for you to understand, really quickly, I have to teach you how it works. Ozempic is a GLP-1 receptor agonist. It's mimicking the action of the natural GLP-1 hormone in your body. And this hormone plays a crucial role in your appetite regulation. So GLP-1 actually is the thing that helps to keep you full. But the natural version of GLP-1 only lasts a few minutes in the body, which is why you can eat a lot of food, feel really full, and then a few minutes later you could potentially eat some more if you wanted to. This stuff right here acts on the GLP-1 receptors in your brain. And instead of lasting only a few minutes, it lasts hours. Why people who are taking this A, can't eat very much, and B, feel full for a very long time after they've eaten a meal. So obviously this helps them to eat less and to have less cravings because their brain believes that they are full and that they are satiated. Now, this stuff also slows down the rate at which food is actually leaving your stomach, and that's a big problem. The longer food sits in your digestive system, the more likely you are to be reabsorbing toxins throughout your system from that waste. Toxins are backing up in your colon and in your intestinal tract, and here is prime proof. If you were to book an appointment at a colonics clinic and they know that you're on this drug, they need to see you for 75 minutes instead of 45 minutes because of that extra backup. Toxic overload leads to systemic inflammation, the digestive system that is not functioning properly. This is from Ozempic's own website. The very first thing that you should know about taking this is that it may cause serious side effects, including possible thyroid tumors and cancer. They are very open about the fact that in studies with rodents, Ozempic and medications that work like Ozempic actually cause thyroid tumors, including thyroid cancer. And over here, we've also got some pretty serious side effects that, although they are not as extreme as cancer, they are still pretty serious. So inflammation of your pancreas, changes in your vision, low blood sugar, kidney problems, allergic reactions. Bottom of the list says gallbladder issues. So I want to be very clear that I am not bashing this medication and that this is absolutely a helpful tool for people who have really serious blood sugar issues like diabetes. But all this right here is why people think there will be a class action lawsuit against this company.
Now look, I'm not trying to sound pretentious, but I feel like this Ozempic trend perfectly encapsulates the typical mindset of the average person nowadays. Someone who's used to instant gratification, doesn't want to put in the work or effort to achieve something. Someone who wants those good results, that good look now, but without the pain. And this is the result of that. Millions of people hopping onto this medication that poses multiple health risks and may very well impede their life in tons of other ways. It's crazy. But anyways, I think that's going to wrap up today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some more videos coming soon to the channel. Let me know what your thoughts are on this whole situation. I do think it's a pretty obvious fact of life in general that good things don't come easy, and if they do, there's almost always a catch. And that really does seem to be the case with Ozempic by the looks of it, but it's also a fact of life that the average person will take the easiest path, the path of least resistance, if presented. So I'm not surprised it's been really trendy and it's caught on and gotten this popular, but let me know what your thoughts are. Leave a comment. Peace.